Am I in the game now? Okay. Make sure this isn't on mute. Always gotta check that. All right, so this all started way back when I was trying to do Van Helsing. I had the Shadowbane cleric. Yeah, that became so complicated and had to use tomes and all kinds of nonsense. And I'm like, that's just it's too much. I'm done with that one because I can't make it work for the free to play players. Even if you were gonna buy a couple of tomes, like I just it's just too complicated. There's just too much going on. So I simplified it by using the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Van Richten character sheet found on dndbeyond.com. If you're hip to that, you can go ahead and check out that character sheet. That's what I'm basing this on. There's a lot of stuff on there that doesn't translate to DDO very well, so I'm having to do some very liberal interpreting, I guess we'll say. But I'm so far kind of happy with the choices I've made. I will show you the sheet, the build plan. It's kind of a plan. Let me show you. Go to this here. Well, this doesn't want to go. This is kind of what I'm working with here. You can see all the stats I've started with, and this is what I'm hoping to have by the end of everything. Don't worry about the final. That's not actually final. I'm just keeping track of every level as I go out. So I've only gone up one level. I'm at level 2 right now. Rogue is maxed out. a lot of cool stuff there for Rogue already. Wizard, Wizard's getting there. It's a 2-weapon fighting person because if you go to here's the character sheet for Van Richten. This is what I'm basing this off of. If anyone out there knows of a Van Richten character sheet for 3.5, because I know that was a character back at 3.5, I know he was, then please let me know so I can use that as my guide. That would be a lot better than this. This is a lot of interpretation having to be done here. But he will be handy with a crossbow. He's already handy with daggers, rapiers. I haven't done much with short swords. I haven't done much with. Again, it's keeping things simple, trying not to overextend the character while you're building him. I'm working on a way to get rapiers and short swords into his build. Just give me some time there. The spells are not one-to-one, so if I just focus on spells here. So Green Flame Blade, that's not a spell. So I have to interpret that somehow. I don't know. Light, that's not a spell. I don't think I can interpret that anyway in the game because light is not used, infrared vision is not used, dark vision is not used. So that's just one of those that I ignore. Mage Hand, now that is not used. But there is, so I can use protection from evil. Shield, definitely. So those two are already built into the character. Detect magic's not really a thing. I mean, there is, I forget what it's called. Anyway, I can't think of it right now. So detect magic kind of can be workable. Identify, I mean, if we're not talking about, I think we're talking about items here, right? Yeah, it's objects. Well, so there's not much. Magic weapon I can interpret as some of the stuff in the assassin or the eldritch. Well, it can't be eldritch because I didn't start as a wizard. I started as a rogue because he's mainly a rogue. So see here, human variant rogue. So it's interesting. There's a lot of interpretation to be done. So magic weapon, I'm gonna go with assassin. You can choose. I'll even show you here. If you go into the tree, enhancement tree. Oh wait, I don't want to open it up again. Close, silly. What am I doing? Okay, seriously, close though. If I go back to the game, go to enhancements, here is what I've chosen so far. So this I could loosely interpret as magic weapon. So if I activate this, then my weapon is covered in, well, a boost. I guess you could call it. I don't know. best thing I could think of to translate that. I would use the Eldritch, where you coat your weapon in the Eldritch stuff, but since I didn't start out as a wizard, I don't think that's an option. If anyone knows of a way to bring that over as a rogue, hey, please let me know. I would happily reset all the trees in order to do that. Yeah, quick straight's not really gonna cut it. But yeah, so that's what I've done so far, and I'm happy with it. And I'm gonna go. This is really my next build project. So the Van Richten guy, because the Shadowbane Cleric is just too much. There's a lot there, and I've actually deleted the character because I just can't. I'm done with that one. I would love to have made that work, but I could not figure out how to simplify it down without sacrificing a lot of ability points, so on and so forth. So Misty Step, I've actually interpreted that as, because you're briefly surrounded by a mist. You teleport to 30 feet, but that's not what's important. He's a rogue. I figure what's important is if you're going to be surrounded by mist, that's to conceal you. So what I chose as my interpretation of that would be, it's in the the spell here. So I choose obscuring mist to conceal myself, and I think that's a valid interpretation. If you disagree, let me know. But I think that totally works. So that's basically the gist of this character and how I'm going through the building of Van Richten inside of DDO, and I would like feedback. So if there's anything that you have to add or you think that I should change, man, I would absolutely appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, just because I don't want it to take forever. You don't need to see me going through and trying to kill a bunch of Sahagin and stuff. I'm on my way to Misery's Peak. I don't think anyone wants to watch me do that. Misery's Peak is way too long. But let me know. What do you think? Like, what's your opinion? Do you think that I'm interpreting things, accurately enough? Anyway, maybe. I mean, I know there's room for. Everyone's going to have their own way of interpreting things from 5th edition to 3.5. So there's room for discussion. There's room for argument, if you will, on that. But do you think this is close enough, or do you think I need to go ahead and make changes at this point? You've seen the sheet. I'll go ahead and link that in YouTube, so you can go ahead and take a look and see what you think there. But I don't know. I'm always open to discussion on any build that I start. Opinions are always great because they kind of help inform me as I go along, both in the channel and my builds. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like what I'm doing, let me know. If you hate what I'm doing, let me know. I'm always open to constructive criticism. I hope you had a great day. Thank you for watching, and that's it.